Hey, my head's polluted with thoughts of your nudies mooning me. All of your booty with your college roomie who's also a beauty. Let me sneak a peek at your Victoria's Secret panties are sleeping on you like a pair of jammies you're packing a fanny. Damn, I mean usually I'm lacking focus. Can't help but notice seeing your lotion like a bag of roses. Out of a 10 you're an 11 and I'm Danny Ocean. You're my fresh squeeze, my American made lemonade. Tugging up on your French braids. I eat it, beat it, believe it till it need first aid. I'm feeling myself, keep you at bay like a Max Ray. You're having a bad day, deliver a bouquet and break up some blue haze and roll you up 2 J's. Take them slept at a quarter, ain't talking about loose change. Remember some things, money just can't buy, but a blank check starting off the day still fly. So why not take a day and head into the city, put some color in your hair, make your nails look pretty. Why not catch a matinee around 11? It's whatever, say you wanna let you finish at the sentence. Why not? 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 Baby, if I fall, I'm going down in flames. No trouble on my mind, just whiskey in my veins. Life comes at you fast, so be my ride or die. 100 on the dash, and shorty by my side. You my worst hat, yeah, you my best hat. In a black dress, yeah, you in S-class. You my last ex, and my next smash. Every time I check cash, you just want a necklace. You my last shot at a good thing, and my last name got a good ring. Girl, you type A, and I'm type B. You my last text out of Dulles when the flight leave. Devil in a halo, can't mean sable. Lips like poison but taste like mangoes. You my Lamborghini angel, but you scared of the fame though. They say that love's blind, I guess that's half true. So you could end up taking half if you have to. I'm scared to let you down, but I act cool. Just know if I collapse, you collapse too. So why not take a day and head into the city, put some color in your hair, make your nails look pretty. Why not catch a matinee around 11? It's whatever, say you wanna let you finish at the sentence. Why not? 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 Baby, if I fall, I'm going down in flames. No trouble on my mind, just whiskey in my veins. Life comes at you fast, so be my ride or die. 100 on the dash, and shorty by my side.
Baby, put the bottle down. You don't need another one. No, you don't need another one. Girl, you don't need another one. Why you taking all those pills? Don't you know that they will kill you? Don't you know that we all need you? Don't you know I need you still?
I barely knew you back then, but man, the things I remember is all in my mind. Tears on my face as I'm writing these lines to imagine a place of an ass so you find didn't care, never talk wasn't there, never called. Day you were gone, only thing I recall. Saw your girl's face, no makeup, no smile, no feelings, no heart. She felt nothing at all. Like, what could I say? How could I possibly say it's okay? How could I not feel this anger inside me? I look at her now and you made her this way. When you drank all them pills, yeah, I killed her. Since then, man, I haven't seen the real her. Screaming in a pillow, could you tell me, did you hear her? Even when she smiles, can you see that it still hurts? They might say that it's wrong to be bitter, but the more that she drank, the more she got sicker. No better, she killing her liver. You thought she'd be better, but it's getting worse. Hollow like bottle she's holding. She trying to sleep and can't sleep till the morning. Every day is another performance. These pictures and memories, what she been holding. She blaming herself for the reason you left. You took every pill, but she feels the effects. Family's in pieces, your friends are a mess. You left all your pain and you gave it to them. What'd you think that would happen? Thought it'd be easy, like she would move on. Hang out with her friends like nothing is wrong. They try to be strong, but the moment you left, she was already gone.
Baby, put the bottle down. I can hear you drowning now. I can hear you crying now. In your silence, I can hear you loud. And why you taking all these pills? Don't you know that they can kill you? Don't you know that you can heal? Don't you know we need you still?
Forgive me for my honesty. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a medicine that hurts. It's the only thing that works. Who could understand the things that you went through? It hurts cause I'll never even get to look you in the eyes like, brother, yeah, I get you. To even shake your hand and say, don't let the stress get you. But you left scars that are here to stay. So many stars used for you to stay. So much pain that I see even to this day. They think of you when it starts to rain. Didn't know you was affecting me. What if it was someone close to me? Like what if I was you and no one noticed me? Spending time alone, yeah, I wonder who would wanna go broke with me. To the girl still crying on her sheets. No, you don't feel like it, but you gotta eat. I know you think you need to, but you don't gotta drink. Water's coming in, but you don't gotta sink. I know it's hard to breathe, you just need to want to. Anything you need, baby girl, I got you. Tell me what it is, tell me what you feel. Tell me you're alive, anything can heal. Maybe I don't understand, guess I never will. But if you're feeling broken now, I promise you can heal. Promise you can make it out, you don't gotta be scared. If you're feeling numb, yeah, I promise I'ma be there. You don't gotta figure it out, I need you to feel. Sometimes the ones that love us end up leaving us still. You don't need another bottle, you don't need another pill. You don't gotta smile, but we all need you still.
Baby, put the bottle down. I can hear you drowning now. I can hear you crying now. In your silence I can hear you loud. Why you taking all these pills? Don't you know that they can kill you? Don't you know that you can heal? Don't you know we need you still?
Yeah. Look at the music we listen to. Bottles and bottles, yeah, give me another one. Killing ourselves and we're killing each other. The phrase that I'm hearing is having fun. Numbing our feelings so we can feel something. How does that make any sense? They tell me relax, have a great time. I see kids who don't know they're depressed. They followed it up, now they're shooting it out. Hitting students all over their chest and they wonder like what was the reason? He was just fine, saw him last night and he had a good time. Wasn't depressed, he was out of his mind. Who would've known he was out of it? Guess it was only a matter of time. There's more to perceive what you see in your eyes. Look at the time that we live in our lives. No emotions, I see him concealing it. Instead of dealing with problems, they hand you a drink like forget it, you don't gotta deal with it. That's the world that we live in, I'm sick of it. Want no part of the world that I'm living in. If we cared just a little bit, felt just a little bit, things would have been a bit different.
Maybe someday it's me and you, but right now I can't seem to feel it too. Lately all I know is you're running through my mind. I know it hurts, it's just not our time.
I'm used to it all. Used to finding someone then go losing it all. Tell them that I'm fine, don't you worry at all. Pick up my phone at 1 a.m. and now I'm sending a call. Caring less and less around me, all my time has been around you. Let you in, you told me not to. Held your hand, I said I got you. Ocean in your eyes, I've been lost at sea. Drowning in my thoughts, it was you and me. And I can't seem to find a single silver line and tell you that I'm fine, I'm lying. A heart will never wait for time, and don't you get it, there's a reason I met you. You don't think that I get you? Ask me why I'm trying, cause I think that you're special, embedded in my mind. Only you, nobody else. So many times you said there's somebody else, but you still picked up my calls, you still replied to my texts. I went and made you a song, you said it made you a mess. Cause the cracks in your heart, it looked just like mine. You and I were broken around the same time. Beautiful smile with all the pain in your eyes. You have a love so deep, you trust the wrong guys. And I understand it more than anyone. You're not looking for a connection with just anyone. What if I told you that I'm the better one? Spilling on my heart and I'ma let it run. My mind is saying leave you, but my heart says no. You made your choice, but I can't seem to let go. Thinking of your voice in a world so cold. I'm breaking down now, but I won't let it show. And even if I'm crazy, doesn't mean that I'm wrong. I wonder what you're thinking as you listen to this song. I've been lost in my mind, but I'ma tell you I'm fine. But what's the point of the one if you find him at the wrong time? Like,
maybe someday it's me and you, but right now I can't seem to feel it too. Lately all I know is you're running through my mind. I know it hurts, it's just not our time, baby.
I am so sorry about that. I just realized my mic wasn't plugged in. Scuff on a re-debut. Gotta love it. Um, let's do it. What's up? How are y'all? I'm sorry for the minutes of silence. By the way, if you like the playlist, in the credits section of the About is where you can find the playlist. Awesome person on Twitter. So, Mum was. Platonic Mum was. How are y'all?
That upsets me. I'm with him, I'm in your mind, so it's best you forget me. Maybe you're right. Forget it, love is making me blind. Picking up the phone, then I'm putting it down. Like, who am I to go and ruin the happiness that you found? Like, I go and tell my friends that it was all so dumb. Then I'm writing in my room until my heart goes numb. Till my pen's all done. You know my heart wants more. Let's break it in pieces, all it can once more. You can tell me that I'm wasting all my time, but I've been looking for a sign and I've been finding it in you. And you can tell me he was there first. You can say you fell for him first. He'll never look at you the way I look at you. You left a hole in my chest that I don't think I can fill. It's like we met in a dream, but the feeling is real. And I could write 1,000 lines, all the stars could align. What's all the love in the world if you found it at the wrong time?
But, oh, crap. Hang on. Let me at least get the, game up for you. Oh, it's just not wanting to work tonight.
It's just not our time.
Hello, hello.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's kazoo concert in Kansas City, go or Becky's bachelorette bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app
A
today.
lot of the things I had been working on for this, which was like, I had like a
Good
whole
night, itchy eyes. Good night, sudden
slide.
sneeze. Good night
What?
to your symptoms of allergies.
Where's that playlist?
Xylitol is the allergy medicine.
I had decided against like this whole I had a whole slideshow planned. It was like lore plus some like fast knowledge, and it was like 7-ish minutes, and I'm like, I could just make a Google Doc and just put it in the the about me in my about section. So there's that. Oh my goodness. I won't this do what I want it to do. There. Wait. Yes. Open. Open sesame. Please. I am so sorry. Where are my lozenges? Give me a second while I wait for this to open. Hopefully. Please. No more stuff. Oh, thank you. Can I get this in full screen? Oh my gosh, it's opening in multiple. It's blurst. Uno, dos, tres. There we go. Open full screen. Put this down. Oh crap. The model isn't why? Just, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. I put it on just chatting, but don't worry, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it. Let's see. Games and demos. Twitch should really give You and Him like its own category. Is my thing coming up? I know it's taking a bit, I'm sorry. Okay, that should be all of it. There we go. Wait, no. Crap. Yeah, we're gonna take a minute to look at the little warnings. Okay, we got it. Sexual content, eye strain, slight torture, graphic violence, mild screen shakes, and death. Okay, ready? Fluorescent red. Adam. Start. Oh, yay, it loads. Is chapter 2, like, hang on. Yes, lose unsaved progress. If not, I have to like change it a little bit so it's just like the regular you and him. I'm just gonna skip it a little bit. Don't worry. Good golly. Okay, now that we know, yes. No, this is not what I wanted. Prefs, main menu. We're gonna start proper. Just wanted to make sure I got the chapter Z version. Let me try. In other news, the hit boy band Cake will be playing live tomorrow night at the Sanita Valley Stadium in Park Bend, Arizona. According to our sources, concert tickets sold out within seconds of their initial online release date, despite the fact that a massive influx of these users caused the website itself to crash. I'm sorry. At least I know my model's working. Oh, crap. Hang on, my model's in the way a little bit. You know what we're gonna do? Oop. Wait, no, that's probably not it. It's probably not the way. Oh, hang on. No. Yes, I move it towards chat. Wait, do I move you right there? And then right there. There we go. Now I'm just Cozied up to you, chat. According to the website itself crashed. Luckily, they managed to get the site up and running again. But many people were upset since they were forced to log back in, and many missed out on buying tickets because of this. Don't you just hate it when things like that happen? Thousands took to Twitter to vent their frustrations, while others made light of the situation by making and sharing memes, as Twitter tends to do. Many of these posts went viral and got Sanita Valley Stadium trending for 3 days straight on Twitter itself. The DJ lets out a huff of breath. I can't believe what I'm seeing in these reports. Can you, Kenny? The car radio crackles and a new voice joins in on the conversation, his tone coming across as jovial and borderline cartoonish. Not in the slightest, and I'm just as stunned as you are. It's fascinating to see these young men who started from modest backgrounds rise to take the world by storm. I don't think I've seen a boy band craze this bad since the 90s and early 2010s. I want to make a BTS joke, but I can't. But I don't think those even compare to what we're seeing today. Don't you agree, Bob? Bob, the first radio DJ who spoke, let out a giant guffaw. Whew. Boy, is that an understatement. Even my husband adores their latest hit single, The Way You Make Me Sway, which is saying something. I thought your husband hated modern day music. My point exactly. If they can make my husband love their sound. Sorry. If they can make my husband love their sound, then you know they've got that something special that old men like him. That old men like him. And I can't even ignore. When they start playing Cake's latest single, you turn down the radio. You turn the dial on the radio, choosing instead to focus on the road, on the long stretch of road before you. The blistering heat already makes it hard to concentrate, and you don't need the added distraction. Oh.
medicine you take before bed. It provides powerful relief while you rest your head. Not just all night, but all the next day. Xyzal keeps working, keeping allergies at bay. And without those annoying symptoms disturbing your rest, you can wake up the next morning feeling your absolute best. Remember, be wise all, take Xyzal. At night.
That Los Angeles sunshine coming through.
Please stand by. Prime Video and Westworld director Jonathan Nolan invite you to Fallout.
After 200 years, we don't know much about what's up there. Violence, desperation, lawlessness.
Everyone wants to save the world, they just disagree on how.
We're gonna get across that wasteland, and we're gonna do it together.
Fallout. All episodes available now on Prime Video.
Anxiety, all I feel is inside of me. All I say is apologies. My thoughts are never present in the moment. It's a problem, see, not the person I thought I'd be, not the man that I wanna be. Caught between being selfish and just being what you want from me. Emotional choreography, spill my guilt, call it honesty. Regressing lately, maybe honestly. I don't know, probably self-destructive, I gotta be. I just want someone proud of me. Don't you worry, I'll bury all the trauma inside of me. Another day, another mask. I'm feeling down, but it'll pass. Don't you judge me, you don't know me, you won't hear me, so don't ask. I'm living proof I'm the past, or maybe I'm just trapped of always looking back. I don't miss a thing I want, pieces of me back. Give me all of that, every night I stack. Doubts up on my back, confidence I lack. Throw away the happiness I have. Cause I get lost sometimes, yeah. I feel down sometimes, yeah. They don't know. They don't know. I feel worse sometimes, yeah. It hurts most inside, yeah. They don't know.
I get low sometimes. I know who I am, but I don't know sometimes. Yeah, get inside my car, I wanna go sometimes. I feel hurt most times, they only know sometimes. Ay, a lot of pain, a lot of secrets. Even if I showed you, could you see this? Angry when I talk and I don't mean it. Or maybe it's the truth and you don't see it. Or maybe it's the truth, you don't believe it. They don't know and I just keep it. Let me tone it down, feeling anxious when no one's around. See me vacant when I'm full. Doubt, yeah, timid, I just wanna make it out. In a group of people, I don't make a sound. I just try to get around, yeah. I just wanna show you my best. Every time I try to more. So when I feel like a mess, when I try to be more. So when I get more depressed, thoughts in my head burn my chest. Hate the way
Okay, I'm back. I had some soup and some grilled cheese. It was delicious. Let's get back to it. Especially considering especially considering you've driven almost 323 miles. Thanks to your aunts, please to gather up all your uncle's valuables and drop him off at his new apartment in the next 6 towns over, and are now on the return drive home. Sam's guns. Oh. Sorry. I believe my lungs are telling me what is wrong with Coach. You've tried turning her down, but your mom called and forced you to agree. But Mom, I don't wanna. Can't say no to Mom. Which is respectable. Something about being a good relative and mentions of past actions where your aunt almost didn't treat you like dirt, and yada, yada, yada. At that point, you just wanted to hang up and go back to your hermit crab lifestyle. Not gonna lie. I vibe with that. Just wanting to just live in like solitude at one point. Just like hermit. It's blue! So you agreed and took an obscene amount of guns from your aunt to give to your uncle. I'm just imagining, like, or like 50, if not more, like different types of guns just hidden in the house. Like that one Kevin Hart joke. About like secret compartments in the house. Boom, secret compartment. And she's just got like secret compartments within her home. Due to the terms and conditions of their divorce, the judge ruled that since your aunt got ownership of the house, your aunt needed to fork over her collection of guns and hand them over to your uncle. Getting the aforementioned guns out of her house was a nightmare. The woman kept screaming every time you loaded the guns into your car. You had to restrain her when she kept trying to lunge for your trunk, saying he wouldn't know if one or two were missing. If there was like yes, he would. My lungs are just not cooperating with me tonight. I think I have to take my nebulizer midstream. When you refused to budge on the matter, she became inconsolable and ran inside the house, shutting herself in the bathroom for a solid 20 minutes before you needed to leave. When she returned, her demeanor returned to normal. Well, at least for her. Relatives are weird, man. Speaking of weird, how long was this stretch of road again? You could have sworn it was a heck of a lot shorter than the first go around. Not to mention you need to pee. You regret not stopping by the gas station 50 miles back, actively choosing to ignore the huge warning sign that said, "Next gas station in 100 miles." Oh god. And let me guess, the speed limit's under 50. A terrible decision considering the current state of your bladder. You mull over your lack of options when something in the distance catches your attention. As your car eats at the distance between you, you make the shape of a large, lumbering figure walking along the side of the road with your thumb jutted out and with their thumb jutted out and raised above their head. Huh? What's a hitchhiker doing all the way out here? Your bladder quakes. Never mind, you don't have time for this. Not to mention the fact that your mother always warned about shady hitchhikers. Knowing the tagline of this game and what happens, Mama was right. Letting this man into your car reeks of future trouble. Best to avoid the situation like that altogether. When you pull over right behind him, you notice a distinct limp to his walk and blood blooming out from his pant leg. I'm not gonna make that type of joke. But like, context for it is never mind. Seeing his injury causes guilt to settle in. He got tomato juice all over him. He's clearly hurt and needs help. And there's no one else around but you. And you wrestle with your options, and then he suddenly collapses into a heap on the side of the road. Oh no. So much tomato juice. Shit. There goes your self-preservation. Just poke him with a stick. Just keep a distance, like tie some sticks together and poke him, see if he's alive. You park your car always ahead of him and launch out of the driver's seat, praying to God you don't believe into a God you don't believe in, that he's okay. I believe in God. MC may not, but I do. When you reach him, you fall to your knees and gently nudge his shoulder, only to garner no response. I hope that doesn't appear in the VOD. Wait, does that appear in the VOD? I'm scared now. I saw a note of that one of the people I have friended on Steam is like playing a game and it just like popped up on screen. Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on, please be okay. I want to give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I'm sorry, chat. Come on. Please, solitary mouse, if you can hear me. Just like make a joke variation of this game where I can just give him mouth to mouth. You're just like, bitch, what you doing? And tries to stab me. We already know what happens in this game. You lean down and press your forehead against his chest. Lucky bitch. Lucky bitch. You feel it rise and fall and the sound of a faint heartbeat. It should have been me. Not them. Me. Good, he's still breathing. You sit back and try gently shaking his shoulder again. Sir? Sir, can you hear me? He's also conscious. Another good sign. Don't worry, sir. I'm going to call for help, okay? You pull out your cell phone, ready to dial the emergency helpline, when a hand latches onto your wrist in a vice-like grip, and the man beneath you adjusts himself into a sitting position. It should have been me. You're taken aback by the man's fear gaze glaring at you through a veil of raven-colored hair. I want someone to just look at me like this one day. Don't call anyone. I'm fine. Yes, but nails dig into your forearm. Not enough to draw blood, but enough to warn you he means business. I said I'm fine. Listen to the sexy man. Wait, no, that was a quick save. Fuck. Wait, no, that. Save. Empty slot. Yes, right there. Wait, no, wait. Right here. Let's save right there. Turn. Call anyway and stand your ground. Do I want... He's insane if he thinks you're just gonna let this whole thing slide. He's clearly injured and definitely needs a dressing for that, like, for that wound on his leg. You yank your arm out of his grasp and press the phone to your ear before standing up, turning your back to the man as you glare at the sun beating down on you. Could it be any hotter? An operator picks up. Hello, what's your emergency? She cuts off mid-sentence when the hitchhiker plucks the phone out of your hand and drops it onto the ground. He crushes the device underneath a scuffed boot. Hand in his pockets, looking almost bored as he does so. Once he's done destroying the phone you worked 3 years in customer service to pay off, he runs a hand through his hair and reveals a all too familiar smile. You recognize those features that span across multiple blogs on the internet. Stratosphere, from his gleaming white teeth, which were perfect advertisement for the 10 toothpaste commercials he sponsored, to the scar on his eyebrow that fangirls obsessed over. The lead singer of Cake, Adam. I'm sorry, like, this man, even when you, hang on, wait, no, quick load, no, the load files, the quick saves, right here, even when he's right here, he's just so cute, so eepy. You open your mouth to comment, wondering how a man like him ended up here, when he rushes forward and plunges something into your shoulder. he just stabs you. You're caught off guard, his momentum pushing you backwards, and your head cracks painfully against the asphalt. The man stands over you for a moment as he wipes the blood off his knife by using his shirt as a makeshift handkerchief. He smiles cruelly as he crawls over your collapsed body with a predatory gleam in his eye, thighs boxing in your hips, trapping you beneath him as his hand pins your wrists over your head. You watch as he reaches into his back pocket to reveal a phone of his own. He taps something on his screen, and all of a sudden you're blinded by light. You try blinking the stars out of your eyes, confused by what just occurred. Shoot, I left the flash on. Sorry about that. I forgive you instantly. This son of a bitch. You kick your legs and buck your hips in a valiant effort to toss him off your body, throwing your weight around in hope that you'll catch him off balance, but he doesn't seem fazed in the slightest. You give up after exhausting yourself. Damn it all. Once you've settled, Adam taps his phone screen again, and this time there's no blinding light. He stares at the picture he just took for a moment, nods to himself, and shoves his phone into his back pocket, satisfied by whatever he sees. You've got a pretty photogenic face. The pictures will print out great, don't you think? You try spitting in his face, but it misses by a landslide. But I want my picture taken by Adam. You know who would be a great voice for Adam? Like if this was a movie, I want this to be adapted into a movie, by the way. Probably course, someone that matches his height and body. But like a deep voice, because I keep imagining he has a deep voice. Or just like animated movie. Fucking animated movie. The voice of probably Alejandro Sayab. Or like the voice actor who plays Dakota there. Aww, that wasn't very nice. Nice went out the window when you stabbed me. Maybe I wouldn't have stabbed you if you listened to me and hung up the phone. Yeah, right. You get the distinct feeling that he's lying through his teeth. You don't peg him as the honest type, considering he's probably got a bunch of skeletons in his closet if he's attacking strangers for shits and giggles. What did you want my photo for? Scrapbooking? His face darkens at your retort. How is that any of your business? Surely he's joking. You look at his tense expression. Nope, he's 100% serious. But at least he's not cutting you open like a slab of meat. If you can keep him talking, maybe you'll find a way out of this mess. A Christmas present for your dear old mom and dad, then? Don't talk about my mother. I am so sorry. Aww. Oh, does he have mommy issues? No, maybe he has daddy issues. Better yet, maybe both. What about your dad? Can we talk about him? Adam considers you a moment. Obviously confused by your cavalier attitude, despite the current situation, but he's curious enough to see where this leads. What do you want to know about him? Does he snore like a boar? Did he play catch with you as a kid? Does he barbecue and watch football on Sundays? Does he make corny dad jokes? What does he do for a living? To answer your questions in order: no, yes, no. And he's a preacher for my hometown church back in Tennessee. I headcanon that he, dropped, a southern accent, because, okay, context about me. I have a southern family. They have accents, and sometimes dropping an accent occurs. I see him doing that. And also despising country music, but loving like gospel radio, where they're singing hymns on the radio, if you understand. A fan of the big guy in the sky, huh? I'm guessing you went to church a lot as a kid. MC, stop. You're making him angry. Adam considers you a moment. Ah, so that's your angle. I'm sorry? You gasp as his nails dig into your wounded shoulder. Tears prick at the corner of your eyes, threatening to spill over, and you have to bite your lip to keep them in place. No way you'll let this man get the satisfaction of seeing you cry. You want to keep me talking until you can think of a way. Until you can think of an escape plan, is that it? Well, I'm sorry to inform you, but that won't happen. We're alone. I'm armed with a knife. And this highway is always deserted. It's almost always deserted. Very few cars drive along this highway, and the only reason people tend to travel here is for nefarious means or out of sheer desperation, but it's almost always the latter. I would know. I scoped out this place ahead of time. He gives you a sadistic grin. But you know what? Why not? I'll play this game for a little while longer. It could be fun. After all, giving you a small sliver of hope that someone might pass by and rescue you from your fate. Speaking of fate, let's talk about something related to that. Oh my god, Wolfie. Wolfie, no. That a remake my overlay to that. Destiny itself. Don't worry. I promise this all circles back to my father. He's got both daddy and mommy issues. Now let's see. He pauses for a moment to gather his thoughts before he begins talking again. My dad. You know, it's funny. Despite being religious and believing in the power of free will, my father also thinks that destiny plays a big role in our everyday lives. He always says that while some things are in our control, other things are milestones made by God to teach us pivotal life lessons planned far in advance. A test of sorts, you could say. That God is testing us. Okay. God damn it. He digs his nails deeper into your wound, and you bite your lip so hard it bleeds. Tell me something. Do you believe in fate? Do you believe in destiny? Of course I'm saving. Why wouldn't I? No. Mom always said honesty was the best policy no matter the circumstances. Sure, it might get you killed here, but he's probably already planning on doing that anyway. No. You admit through clenched teeth. Especially when people like you exist. What sick, mystical bullshit would send me to someone like you as a test? He stares you down. He stares down at you for a moment, dissecting you with his eyes. You feel like one of those dead frogs they use in biology class to teach teenagers how bodies work and function. With your limbs all splayed out and pinned at your sides, ripe for organ harvesting. You wait for him to slice you wide open in response to giving the wrong answer, but to your surprise he doesn't. Funny, I thought you'd try to lie and appease me. Typically when I ask someone a question after they find out their life's on the line, they try and fit their answer to one they think I'd like. I, however, find honesty to be one of the most honorable traits a person can have. In fact, I'd prefer your honesty, even if our views differ. So you believe in destiny? So you believe in destiny. Why does that not surprise me? Oh, I don't. I was just curious to see how you'd answer. You know, this would be a really fucked up dinner date. just your date asks you questions at knife point. What's your views on capitalism? I think capitalism's good. Stink. You wanted to get to know me after all. Even if it was just to buy time, I figured I'd still extend some courtesy. I normally don't let my guard down and talk about my father like this. Aren't you happy? This shows how special you are to me. I want a smooch. Wow, narcissistic much? Oh, I bet you say that to all your victims. His eyes narrow at your sarcasm, but you continue on because you can't stop yourself. I truly am the luckiest person alive. I don't deserve you or your kindness. You really aren't like other serial killers. He reclaims his knife and buries it deep into your shoulder, effectively cutting you off. When he withdraws the blade, he examines the fresh blood coating the knife and frowns. I appreciate honesty to an extent, but you'll fare better if you keep your mouth shut. Make me. A childish retort in the grand scheme of things, but you'll be damned if he's getting the last word in edgewise. You watch as he angles the blade, lifting it high overhead before bringing it down towards your sternum with the most cold-blooded expression. You have to think quickly and throw him off guard to ensure your survival. Yes. I want to smooch him. Smooch! You grit your teeth through the pain, but it's the first thing that comes to mind. It's the first thing that comes to mind. Before he can react, you grab him by the cuff of his shirt and pull him down, caught him off balance. He drops the knife and braces his hands on the ground, unable to avoid your awaiting mouth. His dark eyes go comically wide as your lips touch. He goes still for a total of 2 seconds, which doesn't give you enough time to grab his knife and aim for the jugular. You expect him to shove you away, to scrub his mouth clean of you, to drive his knife down in his disgust. What you don't expect is for him to return your kiss with desperate urgency. He's man who sought thrill from murder, but from the looks of it, hasn't experienced much, if any, intimate interaction. You found an undeniable weakness. He's so distracted, eyelids fluttering shut in pure, unabashed pleasure, that you take the opportunity to raise your other hand in search. The opportunity to raise your other hand to search for his knife. Your hands swipe over dirt and rocks and asphalt until your hand manages to land on the hilt of the blade. You make sure you have a firm grasp and we hit paved dirt. I need to sip. Oh, this macaron's giving me cotton mouth. Thanks, Adam. I got cotton mouth now. Jaw. You lodge the knife deep into his side. He cries out, rolling off your body, clearly not understanding what just happened. Free of his weight, you take the golden opportunity to sprint towards your car. But I want to keep smooching the dangerous serial killer. He calls after you, but you don't look back. Hopping into the driver's side, you rev your engine and floor it, pressing pedal to the metal. Pressing pedal to the metal, you see him limping after you in the rearview mirror, and watch as he grows smaller before disappearing completely. Adrenaline pumps through your veins, heart struggling against your rib cage. For hours on the driver's side. For hours on the drive back to your town, you check your rear view mirror to see if you somehow managed to teleport into your back seat, afraid he'll finish the job. I'm okay now. You say when you see your hometown on the horizon, I'm okay. Okay. Elsewhere, 9:30 p.m. Okay, before we continue, I am going to go get some Wawa. Some Wawa. So I will be right back. Cha-cha-cha. I is back. I am back. And I got some Wawa. Some Wawa. Wait, it's picking up, right? Let me check. manages to return to his hotel room without much trouble after calling in a few favors. I'm sorry. I am. I must stay focused. I must stay focused. He's lucky you didn't hit anything vital. I'm lucky MC didn't hit anything vital. What? Just a flesh wound that he managed to stitch together himself. The action of pushing a needle through skin like second nature, thanks to practicing on previous victims. He lies back on the king-sized mattress, spent from walking under the crisp sun and getting hurt to boot. The sheets feel cold and oddly ticklish beneath him. Everything feels ticklish since that kiss from hours earlier. Like his nerve endings are standing on end, hypersensitive to everything he touches. He absentmindedly strokes his bottom lip. He can still taste you. The shape of your body pressed against his, and the way you move under him, ingrained into his memory, a permanent stamp on his conscience. He wants to see you again, to touch you, to kiss you, to claim you, to mark you. Unwarranted images of you invade his mind, graphic depictions of you, of your bodies intertwined, fueling his lust and causing his hand to dip down in response. Good thing nothing is showing. Good thing I still have the privacy screen. He slowly unbuttons his jeans, unable to take much more of this corrosive heat, needing to get you out of his system, when a woman's face flashes behind his eyelids. She stares at Adam in disappointment, tears cascading down her cheeks and over her cuts and scars. She shakes her head. Just like him, she mouths. Adam gasps and rips his hand away, tears pricking at the corners of his eyes in frustration. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Your face flashes behind his eyelids, the sun illuminating your frame, like an angel descending from the heavens. Stop it. You pull him down again to kiss him. Enough! He chokes out a sob and curls into the fetal position, wishing he could bleed you out of his pores and untaint himself, but you left your mark. If he wants to get rid of you, to get rid of this fever, this disease burning within him, he needs to find the source and destroy it. Adam calms himself down by taking a deep breath and letting a plan formulate in his mind. focuses on the future tasks at hand, he can handle this odd feeling overwhelming him and carry out what needs doing. I don't like the fact that he's crying. He's so baby. I want him to kiss the tears away. Like kiss his cheeks and go, "It's okay. Let's just watch a nice calming movie. Let's watch Finding Nemo." Wait, no. No, that one has death in it. Let's watch, Bluey. Yeah, let's watch Bluey. And watch Barbie pajama. And just wear, like, Barbie and, like, Hello Kitty pajamas. Yeah. When he opens his eyes, they shine with that determined light. And he promises himself he'll find you again. Chapter 1. Ooh, that was the prologue. Who's ready? I'm ready. Sorry. Right, back. Question mark, question mark, question mark. 1:43 a.m. Adam only requires a cheap lockpicking kit bought off of Amazon. Amazon to break into your apartment. A weak defense. Did you really think this would keep him out? It's almost too easy the way he steps inside, pushing next to your coat rack to allow his eyes time to adjust in the darkness. He scans the room, observing the dark shape of your ratty couch and cheap coffee table that spills with fabric. He wonders briefly if you started on a sewing project of sorts, when his eyes catch on something far more interesting. A door left ajar that he can only assume is your bedroom. He slips out of his boots and places them next to yours. It's almost like he's your husband returning from work and ready to join his spouse in bed. Okay, that thought is just like old married couple thing. Like, I love you so much, I hate you type of old married couple. Like, I hate you so goddamn much, but I can't imagine life without you. And he just got home from 9 to 5. It's almost too intimate in a way, and he really doesn't like the feeling it gives him. But he needs to stay quiet, and wearing large chunky boots would reveal his presence. He wants to surprise you. A surprise? For me? To catch you off guard. I like how you managed to catch him off guard with that kiss on the highway. That's not the same thing, Adam. Adam, that's not the same thing. Adam, unless you're gonna surprise me with kisses, that's not the same thing. I mean, if you were starting to mac and it's starting to stab, but who would I know? He'll never forgive you for it. Only the thrill of the hunt manages to subdue any inappropriate thoughts that might overwhelm him. Well, my purple Jack Skellington pants from Walmart may also deter that. He doesn't want to feel this way, you know. He doesn't like the fact that anyone can wield this sort of power over him because it can easily turn into a weapon of self-defense. Which makes him vulnerable. Not only that, but the inherent wrongness itches at his skin. You're a forbidden fruit that tricked him into taking a bite. I love the reference to Genesis. Granted, there's more than one reference to Genesis, but that one is really good. He wants to laugh at how his name suits him now. Did his father think he'd give in to his desires? All humans aren't inherently without sin. Adam is committing like one of the penultimate sins on a regular basis. Why not he commits another one? Did he believe he'd grow up and become just like him? What the fuck did the dad do? Like, ultimate question, like, the first time I played through chapter 1 was, what the fuck did the dad do? Do what's right. A broken woman whispers from the darkness. Don't go down his path. Her words encourage his already determined footsteps. I protect you from him. I protected you from him. She steals his resolve. He's going to kill the one who tainted him and become pure again. Adam positions himself in front of the door, wondering what awaits him. Are you planning something? Or are you really naive enough to think you'd be safe after what? After you escaped the first time? Surely you've prepared for me, aren't you? His voice carries into your bedroom, but garners no response. Do you have a gun aimed at my head? A bat next to your nightstand? Or did you call the cops? Again, no answer. Now's your chance. Kill me before I kill you. Adam's taunting you. Probably because you taunted him in his dreams for so long. Still, you don't give into his games. He grows frustrated and tired of waiting. Sorry. It's now or never. Adam draws out the knife tucked into the waistband of his jeans. Your blood from the other day still coats the silver blade. The color transformed into a deep reddish brown because he can't bring himself to wash it until he uses it to take your life. This single action, the taking of your life with his blade, will bring everything full circle. At least he'll be free. At last he'll be free. Adam notices a small bed tucked into the corner of the bedroom. The window blinds are shifted, allowing a small amount of moonlight to spill into the room and illuminates the mass of blankets where you potentially rest. They shift, signaling that someone indeed lies underneath them. Adam approaches the bed, and without hesitation, he rips the blanket off your body and onto the floor. You startle awake, your eyes latching onto him, dazed and confused by the sudden shift in realities. You were dreaming one moment, and now you're dragged, kicking and screaming into the waking world. How did you not know he was on his way? You really are naive. He thought you were smarter than this, and he's insulted that you managed to escape him. How could someone like this? The words escape him when he sees you, skin glowing from the moonlight, caught off guard by you yet again. He keeps his eyes on your face, afraid to wander anywhere else. You sit up and allow what remains of the blanket to spill around your waist. Adam jerks back with a start, dropping his knife that clatters to the ground with a metallic clang. Before you can move out of your reach, you grab his wrist and tug him forward, and you pull him down and drown him in the blood red of your lust. In the middle of your heated exchange, you stare down at him, a deity perched over their royal throne. He shudders under your gaze, vulnerable and slick with sweat. He's breathless as he asks, "Why did you stop?" "Because I'm curious." Your body shifts, and he grits his teeth, holding back a soft whimper. His hands go to your hips, as if holding you will ground him. A smirk tugs at the corners of your lips. "Do you like this? Do you like what I'm doing to you?" Adam nods. Yes. God, yes. He's never felt so good in his fucking life. Adam swallows thickly, eyelashes fluttering, unable to concentrate, but forcing himself to pay attention to your next words. "Do you want me?" Adam answers before he can even think about what he's saying. "Yes." "How much do you want me?" "More than fucking anything." "One last question. Finally, do you still want to kill me?" Adam stares up at you. Yes, of course he does. Killing you means he's done his job, and he can peacefully sleep at night knowing you'll no longer hurt the people around you. He opens his mouth, then closes it. Yes. Just say yes. He tries again and fails miserably. You continue staring at him, patient, while you wait for your answer, your body still hovering over his. Maybe he just doesn't want you to stop. Is that it? Like he's afraid you'll stop making him feel good for giving you what's obviously the wrong answer. But no, that's not it either. As soon as you touched him, the burning still exists within him. That's a fact. It always will. But the burning is transformed into something else. Something that ignites whenever you touch his skin. Mattress begins sinking inward under Adam's weight. He doesn't even have a moment to process what's happening before the bed swallows him whole. Adam finds himself suffocating in darkness. He tries clawing around him, but his body remains immobile. Then he's falling, and all of a sudden, he hits solid ground. Brown-haired Adam doesn't exist. He cannot hurt me. When he manages to pick himself up, he finds himself stuck in the middle of a kitchen, and he's dressed in his old Sunday best. He studies the room. From the aging rose wallpaper to the collection of colorful magnets used to pin a child's drawings on the fridge, Adam knows exactly where he is. Oh, wait, knows exactly where he stands. A soft dripping sound catches his attention. His eyes drift over to the source. Off to his left, where a small square kitchen table with 3 wooden chairs rests. Each chair is given a hand-stitched cushion to soften the otherwise uncomfortable sitting arrangement. A white tablecloth covers the table, with the exception of scarlet red drop splashes here and there. A yellow piece of parchment paper rests in the center. Frantic black lettering bleeds through the paper, as if the author was running out of time and scribbled down what they could. Adam reels back in horror at the sight of it. Not this, anything but this. Red drips onto the paper from above, but he doesn't dare look up. The fresh scent of copper floods his senses. He knows the smell by heart. Normally, he'd thrive off the smell. But this... His legs give out, and he digs his palms into his eyes so hard that he sees stars in the darkness. He can't look up. He refuses to see it a second time. Someone hums next to his ear. He flinches away, still refusing to drop his hands. But the person persists. You don't want to face me? When he refuses to answer, the humming switches to his other ear, and then the singer asks a second question. Can't you even look at me? Can't you even look to see how deeply you've hurt me? Clawed fingers try digging his hands away from his eyes. God damn. It hurts to look at this scene. They're sharp and painful, and they've managed to get him to finally look up and face what he's been dreading. A cold, dead corpse stares at him with bloodshot eyes, the whites glazed over by a grayish film. She, the corpse, cocks her head at a 90-degree angle. The movement causes her clamped yet wet hair to tickle Adam's face. He whispers her name. This single action enrages her and causes her lips to peel back into a shriek that shatters the windows and makes the chairs rattle and topple over. Don't call me that. Don't ever call me that again. You betrayed me. You promised me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. Look at what he did to me. What they did to me. Look. Tears stream down Adam's cheeks as she jerks his head closer to her bruised one. Purple and yellow spots dapple the base of her jaw and trail down the slope of her back, disappearing under the collar of the gray dressing gown she wears. I'm sorry. He's drugged to his feet by the woman with her hands clamped around his throat. She tightens her grip, and he remains limp, knowing this is punishment. This is the punishment he deserves for betraying her like this, for betraying his promise and her memory. I'm so. She snaps his neck with a sickening twist. Current day. Door Hotel, 5:01 a.m. Adam catapults out of his nightmare, trembling as his eyes dart around the room. The shadows are his demons waiting to devour him. They hide behind the TV screen, under the bed, in his closet. He can't escape them no matter how hard he tries. Shit. It's just a dream. He needs to calm down. Adam tries thinking about his hunts. The thrill of carving into flesh, of ripping through bone in sinew. I'm gonna have to Google. I'm not gonna Google that. You know what? I don't want to find out what that is. And watching as a pathetic life fades by his hand. But then that corpse's face flashes behind his eyelids, and he can't calm down. Then you appear. A deep seething anger rises within him. He grabs a hold of it. Anger is better than fear. So he directs all of his attention towards you. This, whatever this feeling is, it's all your fault. His weird sexual fantasies won't go away until you're gone and removed from his life. He needs to get to you. Now. But there's only one problem. After Adam got back to his hotel, he called Saffron and informed him of the situation. Saffron, in typical fashion, took the ordeal in stride and offered to keep an eye out for you. He spent hours outside of your apartment waiting to see if your car would show up. It never did. You. Well, of course we're not showing up at the apartment. Park Bend, Arizona, 8 a.m. I'm just checking something real quick. Okay, just making sure I got like all this. I'm probably going to skip a lot. Boop. Turn. I'm going to skip to like that one scene we all know. If I'm able to. Skip. Save. Yes, overwrite this save. Nope. No, I'm skipping a lot of the stuff, but honestly, other than new sprites, it's like sorry, sorry, Auntie. I'm biting you. is so pretty. Honestly, if you want like a complete... I love how Thomas got like a revamp. I want to see more Thomas. Thomas is the type of bartender I want. If I drank alcohol. Just one that's like... Leave Thomas alone. Okay, almost there. Oh, almost there. Okay. Thank you, Thomas. Stop. There we go. There we go. Saffron. Why are we in Saffron's? Briar's Bar and Grill earlier. Wait, he was at the same. Saffron taps his fingers along the edge of the steering wheel as he watches you disappear into the bar, your body illuminated by lighting as it pulses through the sky. The eyes. Idly he brings his thumb to his mouth and licks. So, on top of Adam just wanting a bite, this mother... he can still taste your blood from earlier today, fresh and sweet like cotton candy. A sharp contrast to your guarded personality. He marvels at how much a person's taste can differ from how they present themselves to the world. Those who act soft and sweet often have a rancid aftertaste, or those who parade around with vibrant personalities often end up being bland in flavor. But you, he winces as his teeth accidentally tear through skin and he draws his thumb away from his mouth, studying the pearl of blood forming at his open wound. Adam! Can we have the serial killer instead of the cannibal? This guy kind of... No offense, Saffron creeps me out. He got carried away again. He licks it away with a quick swipe of his tongue, trying to ignore the vomit-inducing taste. He's rancid even by his own standards. Enough of this longing. Soon he'll have vials of your blood to mix with his liquor. Plenty to drink and savor for years to come if he preserves them long enough. Not to mention the delicious meat he'll pair with it. He just needs to remain patient. Saffron busies himself by looking through his phone and going over Cake's schedule. He shuffled around a lot due to Adam's unforeseen injury, which leaves most of their week open. Perfect considering the amount of cleanup this will take. Adam informed him of your aunt being a probable casualty, but since she is such a recluse, it's unlikely anybody will notice her missing for quite some time. They can take a few payments here and there and bribes there in order to keep suspicion off of them. Still, it would have been so much easier had Adam done what he set out to do earlier. Everything was planned accordingly. Not a flaw in place. So what happened out there that allowed you to escape? Are we still with Saffron? I want to go back to Adam. Yesterday evening, Door Hotel. Saffron steps into the hotel's elevator and presses a button. For what? For the main floor, adjusting the cuffs of his shirt down, his button-down shirt, as he waits for the doors to close. Damn. No matter how many times he gets his clothes tailored, they never seem to fit quite right. It's not like he's hit a growth spurt. He's far beyond his prepubescent years, where changing height and lengthening limbs were a problem. No, it's another matter entirely. Saffron sighs and forces himself to stop fiddling with his attire, accepting defeat yet again when a young man with short cropped hair joins him. He smells faintly of lavender and honeysuckle. Yesterday it was rosemary and mint. He glances over at the man's hands. Slight hints of dirt kicked underneath his cuticles, nails cut to the quick. Saffron smiles as his finger hovers over the elevator buttons. Floor? The man offers up a quiet, subdued smile of his own, mouse-like in nature. Lobby, please. Same as me, then? He says and hits the button. That in itself is a lie. He has nowhere to go, at least not until he has to retrieve Adam and help dispose of the body. No, he's here for him. The cute and timid gardener boy who stares at the ground wherever he goes, even on his way to the little floor shop that he works at a few blocks down. Saffron bought a bouquet of meaningless daffodils in order to engage in even a slight conversation with the young man. And what he discovered underneath that demure, a soft-spoken act was an inquisitive mind. One that Saffron was ravenous to get to know on a deeper level. Saffron turns toward the young man, now engaged in polite conversation when his cell begins to ring, classical music flooding the small space. He smiles at the young man. Please excuse me. The young man holds his hands. Holds up his hands. Sorry. And Saffron catches the sight of a band-aid wrapped around his thumb. Oh no, you're fine. Don't mind me. So considerate. Saffron has to dig his nails into his phone to keep his composure. Patient Saffron, you'll scare him off. He's made that mistake many times before, acting overeager and asking them to dine with him only for them to stand him up. But he's learned and adapted, and soon he'll have this man on a silver platter. He'll make sure of it. Saffron answers the call with a firm hello. There's heavy breathing on the other end, followed by a curse and a grunt. Fuck. Saffron frowns, worryingly zipping through him in an instant, but he forces himself to remain composed. Playing the part of a concerned parent will only serve to aggravate Adam. What happened? Adam hisses through his teeth, and Saffron hears the sound of heavy footsteps. They got away. Saffron blenches until the words register. They what? Did he hear him right? But no one's escaped Adam. No one. So how? Adam answers as if knowing exactly what's on Saffron's mind. They managed to catch me off guard before stabbing me with my own fucking knife. Then they got in their car and sped off. Another grunt, then under his breath, I'm going to fucking kill them. Saffron rubs the bridge of his nose as the elevator dings and the doors open, signaling they've reached the lobby. The young blonde steps out without a moment's hesitation. Any chance Saffron had for inviting him out to dinner is now ruined. He really hoped today was the day, but until they take care of you, he'll need to take a rain check. Alright, I'm coming to pick you up. Stay where you are. Adam doesn't answer, instead hangs up. A moment later, Saffron gets a text for Adam's coordinates. He's about a mile off from where he's dropped him off last. Saffron pockets his phone and locates the rental car before hopping in and setting off for Adam's location. He better be okay. Again with Saffron. Why are we getting Saffron POV? Is Saffron gonna be important? Yesterday, abandoned highway. Let me check on y'all real quick. Okay, you're doing good. Saffron finds Adam crouched down near the side of the road, using his turtleneck to soak up the blood pouring from his wound. The same one you left behind. Saffron's a lucky bitch. I want to be this close. Saffron's hands flex around the steering wheel as Adam hauls himself into the passenger side, wishing they were circling around your neck instead. Taking the life you tried taking the life you tried to steal from Adam. How dare you touch him? Saffron, is there something you've been meaning to tell Adam this whole time? Is there something everyone needs to chat about in, like, a nice, non-cannibalistic dinner? How dare you leave him bleeding out? You almost ruined everything. You're lucky Adam didn't die, or you'd face a fate far worse than Adam could ever give you. Slow, torturous, your body chained up to his dissection table, squirming and flailing about, screaming, your vocal cords raw in a massive symphony of emotion and terror, quelled only by your following Saffron. Saffron snaps out of his fantasy with a stark clarity, startled by how visceral his own emotions are. His hands loosen around the steering wheel, and he blinks in a daze. Oh? What an unusual reaction. He's never felt an indescribable hatred, and rarely does he think about using such unnecessary violence, preferring to use tools rather than his bare hands on an individual. Perhaps seeing Adam hurt awoke a parental side of him. Woke the parental side. Meanwhile, Adam's just like side-eye. Saffron. He does care about the band members, after all. He tucks it away for later to give a proper dissection. I apologize. Could you repeat that? I'm afraid I missed what you said. Adam's jaw ticks as he wipes away a faint sheen of sweat gathering above his brow, but he's far more subdued than usual, and his words lack their usual bite. Did you bring sutures? I'm fucking bleeding out here if you hadn't noticed. Saffron tuts as he reaches into the back seat and retrieves a small white medical kit. He hands it over to Adam. Thanks. A dry response, and one that lacks genuine gratitude. Saffron can't help but smile as Adam pulls out the needle, and begins sewing his skin back together. Always with the crass language, this one. But at least he gets to see the real Adam. Most people in their lives will never know the cruel being lurking beneath his modest persona. Never know how many bodies left in Adam's wake that Saffron took the liberty of cleaning up. They'll never experience such a pleasure because they'd never understand it. They'd call him a monster, drag him into the electric chair for their version of justice, despite the fact Adam stands for the very same thing they do, working to eliminate the sinners posed as saints. He just doesn't mind having a little fun before snuffing out their miserable existence. And no one will ever find out. Not unless Saffron starts the car. Not unless you revealed their secret. No. Everything will turn out fine. He shouldn't think about the worst case scenario. And besides, just one measly little piece of livestock who managed to escape the packaging plant. You operate the same as most people. You'll slip up at some point because you're in a panicked state. And those who let their feelings overwhelm them tend to make plenty of mistakes that both he and Adam can take advantage of. There's just one thing nagging at him. Adam always executes his plans with flawless precision. So what did you do in order to catch him off guard? Adam won't answer outright, he's sure. It's something Saffron himself will have to piece together. Not that he doesn't mind a good puzzle from time to time. It keeps him sharp. Stop. Adam says, pausing mid-stitch to look at Saffron. I can tell what you're thinking. Just leave it alone. I have no idea what you're referring to. You know exactly what I mean. Is there a reason you're so desperate to hide it? Is there a reason you're being so annoyingly persistent about it? Saffron sighs, reining in his frustration. Getting mad at Adam won't help, and will further him from his goal. He tries again. I understand your discomfort, but I wouldn't if it weren't so important. Someone got the upper hand on you. What if they manage to do it a second time? What if they kill you? Or worse? I can't let that happen, Adam. I won't allow it. Adam's quiet for a moment, and when Saffron's eyes skirt over to see what's causing such a long pause, he catches the other man touching his lips while wearing a slight frown on his face. Saffron notices for the first time they're swollen. It won't happen, Adam says at last. His fingertips trail from his lips over to the ever-present earring. It glints under the glow of the sunlight, as if even God approves of whatever decision he's come to. It won't happen because I won't let it. Saffron withholds a shudder as Adam's gaze cuts over to him. Oh god. Oh, cotton mouth. Oh. Not out of fear, but in delight of a hunt that will end in a satisfying conclusion for the both of them. Because if anything, Adam's just as hungry of a monster as he is. Briar's bar and grill earlier. We're back here. I'm definitely taking my neb treatment after stream. Saffron trusts Adam's decision to redeem himself. From the way Adam spoke, Whatever you did to him was unforgivable. Why did I say unforgiving? And Saffron knows it, not just because you stabbed him. No, it's something much deeper, more complicated. Like you somehow shook the very foundation of his being. How did it? How you did it, Saffron doesn't know. But either way, Adam will eliminate you without mercy. Because on the off chance he doesn't, Saffron's eyes flicker to the glove compartment box. He reaches over and pops it open, revealing a hidden revolver. I'm sorry. The doctor is packing the heat. Nestled between slips of paperwork and traces the cylinder with great affection, his gaze returning to the bar where you disappeared into. I don't like this. Can we go back to Adam? Adam? Please. Adam gets 10 minutes to redeem himself. Once we get back to the... Adam gets 10 minutes to redeem himself once we get back to the trailer park. Saffron promises himself as you exit the building in a rush. He closes the glove compartment and tightens his grip around the steering wheel. Why? Otherwise, I go in. Is there gonna be like a stand-up? Ruth's trailer earlier. Adam hovers above the collapsed form of your aunt. Shards of glass lay scattered above her body, like broken teeth. On her broken body, like broken teeth. Blood splattered across their surface in cruel arches. He nudges her limp wrist with the toe of his boot. Having questioned through all of her incessant begging and pleading, how much more pathetic this woman could get. Turns out, by quite a lot. I told you not to run. Now look at you. You've gone and made a whole mess of things. Ruth doesn't respond. Not that Adam expects her to. She hit her head pretty hard on the corner of the kitchen table when she tripped over her own 2 feet. What? He didn't even touch her? What? Did he? Ruth, no! I thought you went out like fighting. No! What the fuck? Oh. He'd hoped to pry information out of her once he finished you off. Things only she might know. Things that could lead him could lead to him achieving his ultimate goal and the promise he made to her. But of course not. Because no one in your family can listen for 5 fucking seconds. That's the curse of the Grey family. We're all stubborn. Wait, what am I saying? I don't claim MC. And I don't have an aunt named Ruth. I could make one. Adam sighs, scrubbing a tired hand through his hair as he takes in the miserable scene when something in your aunt's grasp captures his attention. When did she? He bends down, keeping a careful distance from your aunt in case she's hiding one of those glass shards in her free hand, waiting for an opportunity to strike that will never come because he's all too familiar with the same tricks of his previous victims. He picks up the photograph tucked beneath her palm. The photo she kept hidden in her drawer. The one she was so desperate to protect. She takes note of the cracks in the glass, fissuring outward, starting at the edge of the frame and slicing through Ruth's younger self, splitting her apart in a twisted sort of irony. His gaze drifts over each of the 5 women until he lands on the one with wavy brown hair, her shy laughter concealed behind her hand. He almost forgot what it sounded like. Almost forgot the warmth and vibrancy after all these years. He can hear it now. Adam swallows hard and flips the frame over, undoing the back, letting the foam board fall to the ground with a dull thump before pulling out the picture itself. He peers over the newly freed photo, sparring another glance at your aunt. His expression hardens with hatred. She looks a little more like her younger self. Like this. Her hair is loose from the scuffle, her arms spread like angel's wings. But nothing about this woman is angelic. I'll be taking this. Oh? Adam says before stuffing the picture into his wallet for safekeeping. And if he can't get any information out of her, he reasons he'll just try using other resources like this photo instead. Maybe even you might know something concerning your connection to Ruth. Some secret she could have spilled without you realizing their significance. Don't take back. Adam catches the sound of a small, desperate whisper. He peers down at your aunt and cocks his head to the side, almost mockingly.